Hello, in this tutorial I'm just going to show you very quickly how you can update student details. So this is, or edit should I say, student details. So I'm going to go to the Manage Groups. Manage Groups is the area where you do all management of students and groups, so it's all in one place. And I'm just going to select my Testing Group Things group, which is a terrible name for a group, but there we go, it's just a fake account. All the stuff that you're seeing in here is a dummy local account, it's nothing real. So I've got a student in here called Rocket Boy. That's his username, and I can click on his student drop down and I can click on edit student details, and that takes me to this interface here, and I can edit student details. Now you must make sure that the username is never a real name, that's important, but you can, however, because we're not letting you use, or you shouldn't use, a real name for the username, you may not easily be able to identify that student. So we do give you the option to enter first name and last name initials. We'd rather you didn't. The less information that we hold, the better. But if you would like to, then and you need to, then good. Please only enter what you absolutely need to. So let's say this student is actually called Mark, and his surname is something else, and beginning with a G. Let's say it's Mark G. Now you can't enter more than a couple of letters into the last name initials for obvious reasons. It's worth noting that all these details are stored encrypted. The first name, last name are stored encrypted. You can include an email address. We'd rather you didn't, but it does allow students to reset their own passwords. So if you've got older students, you know, because this system is used all the way through from primary to professional development in adults. So you can have an email address added in there, and if you do that, it allow your students to reset their own passwords, which can take a little bit of the administrative overhead off you when students keep on forgetting passwords, which I'm afraid they do rather a lot. So you can add it in there. You'll notice as I typed this, in fact I'll just remove some of these details. Have a look at this blue section down here as I do this. It shows you how the name will appear to people within the system. So I'm going to call this guy Mark. Okay, so to everyone it's going to be displayed as Rocket Boy. That's the username, hence why we mustn't use a real name. But then to people they know, so that might be their colleagues, sorry, not their colleagues, their classmates or their teachers, that would appear as Mark and then brackets Rocket Boy, and then if I put the surname in as well, Mark G. So this is how it will display, how this user will be displayed to people in the public domain, if they are ever shown in the public domain, which currently they're not, by the way, but you know, they possibly may be in the future depending on developments. So please make sure you do not use a real name, and then to people that they know would be this here, so Mark G. So that basically to you and their classmates. You'll notice as I entered these details as well, a new little a checkbox appears down here. So if I start typing again, Mark G, and that is because we need your explicit permission or you need to have explicit permission and to confirm that you have explicit permission to enter their personal information, which is the first name and last name initials and possibly email address. So that comes up to ensure that you confirm that you've got that permission, and then you click on save, and that is it. It's now got him in the list as Mark G rather than just Rocket Boy, and that is that. You can also enter those details when you do an import of students. So if you go to add students to groups, and you can enter those details into here as well. So let's say you're uploading a CSV and it populates the first name, last name, or you just enter them in here. You can do that too there. Anyway, so that's how you edit student details. Hopefully that's helpful, and thanks very much.